Okay, so this block, as you recall, we were starting on podcasts and doing your own podcast, but I ended up postponing and putting that assignment on hold so y'all could work on your PSA. And so I just want to kind of go back. I'm just going to kind of go through this real fast since it's been a couple weeks, but week of November 9th was when we kind of just got into what is a podcast, lots of samples, the creation, and then these were my recommended ones for teenagers that I found an article about top 20 for teenagers. And then we did our class one, which Ms. Roush still needs to post that. Then here was where we started talking about getting started. So Tyrone, you're gonna have to refresh my memory because I know we talked about it in class. These were the 5 suggested prompts for anyone who is struggling with what to have their podcast to be about. Now remember, this is gonna be a 3 to 5 minute podcast, okay? Because we're just gonna learn the format. So that's why we want to keep it simple. So did you refresh my memory, Tyrone, from our last week here? Did you have a different topic you were interested in doing yours on? Was it, wait, hold on. Maybe my memory's coming back. Was it on the upcoming basketball season? Was that it?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, good.
It was I think it was basketball and like football.
Okay.
Like I think it was sports, yeah.
Oh, in the draft. You were going to talk about the draft, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good. Yay, it's coming back to me. Okay, good. So you still feel comfortable? You want to still talk about that? Is that still interesting in your mind?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see. All right, so this is just a review. This was before we left, but just things to consider. So what's your driving question? And yours, it's not necessarily a question, but it's a really a reflection. If you're talking about the draft, it's going to be your personal opinion on the draft picks and the upcoming season, okay? So here, this is something though to consider, Tyrone. What is it not about? So especially since we're having such a short time constraint on this, be sure to really focus. Don't, because I mean, there's so much to talk about with your sports since the season's coming up. It's going to be easy to get like, now I want to talk about this and this. Focus. What is it not about? What do I want to focus on? I need to leave this other stuff for another time. Okay. This you're talking kind of opinion, so this might not really apply to you. This applies. How are you going to engage your audience? You know, maybe you add some humor. Maybe you know, this is a chance to really show your personality. Dream ingredients. So remember I talked about this. You could get your recorder from your phone, okay? You could pull up on the internet the announcement of the draft picks. You can put your phone recorder up to that to get the first pick for get that audio. Grab some audio snips from there that you can add into your podcast. And then again, just in your mind, because this will help guide you, what do you want people to remember about it? And I feel like with yours, it's going to be what your opinion is and what you think of the picks in this upcoming season. So I just wanted to call your attention to that. And then now let's go down to, here we go, this week. So, a question to always ask yourself, would you listen to it? So after you record it, play it for yourself, listen, as someone just listening, or let a family member listen to it, let a friend listen to it. And think, who is your audience? Where are people going to be listening? You're not creating this for Ms. Roush. I mean, yeah, you're turning it in for a grade, but you're creating it for your broader audience. And in your case, your sports audience. Okay. So you want to give them what they want to hear. All right. And again, shorter is our rule of thumb here. This is, Tyrone, you're gonna have to forgive me. I need to organize my back to school pages here a little bit better. Nope, I'm in the wrong week. Okay. Let me show you this, because you're going to be doing this. So this is when I took a audio class and I had to create a podcast. And I'm going to have you all do, kind of like we did in the beginning of class, I'm going to have you do another learning journal. So I want you to document the process. So here was my script. You can see how short it was, the intro. And I have music to get started, then my intro, and then music to fade out, and my introduction of who I am. This was me. I just took some pictures of learning to record. You're not, unfortunately, because we're not at school, you're not going to be able to use Adobe Audition. I love Adobe Audition. It is fantastic. But I'm going to provide you all with some free audio recording. You can also record just audio on the WeVideo account, which might actually be a really good one to use. So here I was having trouble getting it started, so I just kind of, again, talked about my process of troubleshooting. And again, this had, let's see, I don't know if this is, because let's see, it'll tell us here. I thought so. We used to have a podcasting hosting site that I posted that on that we don't have anymore. So that's why. But anyway, I want to show you this. This is kind of cool. When you're recording audio, each of these is a different layer. So here, in the blue, that's me talking. Here in the green is where I added where I interviewed people. Here in the yellow is where I recorded extra sound, like sound effects. And then here in the red is the intro music and the outro music. So you can kind of see what an audio editing file looks like. And it's actually really cool, because you can see where I made the music go up and down. It's really fun. And I am creating a podcast sample to replace this one. So I will get that posted for you. But what I want you to do, and I'll go in here and clean up my pages here for you to make it more, not as confusing, if this is confusing. What I want you to do between now and tomorrow, Tyrone and everyone else, as you watch this recording, is I want you to, today and before tomorrow, just start scripting out in your mind your intro. So all I want is your introduction. So if you go back to my my learning journal and you look at, I had a picture of my introduction right here. Inside the classroom, we are shaping careers. Outside the classroom, we're building balanced lives for our students. You're listening to Phoenix in the Know. So I named my show the podcast for Eastside Technical Center, where we prepare students for entry-level technical occupations, two-year community colleges, two-year technical colleges, and four-year universities. On this episode, now I'm teasing ahead to the episode. School's out for summer, but that doesn't mean the work has stopped. I'm Ms. Roush. Now I'm introducing myself, your host and Eastside Media Arts teacher. So that would be the intro for the show. So that's what I want you all to do before tomorrow, is just start playing around, jotting down ideas on paper of what you want your intro for your selected topic to be. And then tomorrow in class, we will talk about our intros, and then we're going to get into creating just the intro with the music, with the editing. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. So for tonight, just play around with what you want your introduction to be. Okay, so you have any questions about that?
No.
Okay, so first things first, come up with a name for your show. What do you want to call your show? Secondly, introduce what you're, today, I'm Tyrone Fry, and today we're going to be talking about draft picks and the good, the bad, and the season ahead. Whatever. You decide how you want to tease it. So just be jotting that down on paper. You're not turning it in yet, but just jot it down on paper or type it on your Chromebook or what have you, just so you've got the makings of your introduction started. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so easy enough?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I have for this block. So work on that. And then we will see you back here tomorrow and discuss that. Let me actually, I'll just say this and then we'll review it tomorrow with everyone here. Same kind of calendar plan as first block. We're going to work on the podcast project this week, have it done the beginning of next week, and then we're going to do a review for your final exam for this class, which again will just be a basic of things we've covered, but I will go over every single thing that will be on that. And then that third week will be any catch-up week, work week, and that kind of stuff. Okay?